1 Timothy 6:12 says, "Fight the good fight of faith." Every conflict of life is ultimately a spiritual conflict. Every conflict. It may manifest itself in other ways, physically, mentally, socially, emotionally, financially, and so forth. But at its core, it is ultimately a spiritual conflict. The purposes of life's conflicts may not be what they appear to be. A conflict may covertly be pointing a lost person to the Lord. It may be leading a straying believer back to God. It may be teaching someone to trust the Lord. It may be testing a believer's faith. It may be judgment for sin. There are countless possibilities. In every conflict, though it may seem like an ordinary day-to-day occurrence that has nothing at all to do with God, God is working in the hearts of people. Every conflict of life is ultimately a spiritual conflict. And spiritual conflicts can only be resolved with spiritual solutions. The reason that so many problems of life never get resolved is that we approach them as non-spiritual problems. We try to fix things with our own wisdom, our own strength, our own efforts, without first taking them to the Lord and keeping them before the Lord as we work our way through the solution. And because we try to fix spiritual problems, spiritual conflicts in our own strength without going to the Lord, they never really get resolved. Fight the good fight of faith implies that every conflict of life is a matter of faith and must be fought as a matter of faith. The history of the world is the history of spiritual conflicts, of God carrying out His purposes on the earth. Whatever mankind was striving to accomplish at various places and times was far secondary to what God was doing. The history of our great country is primarily the history of spiritual conflict. Our nation has the great heritage that it has because since Plymouth in 1620, godly people have fought the good fight of faith. 400 years of seeking the Lord, of praying and fasting, of basing our government and our culture on His principles, and of giving thanks to Him for His abundant blessings. And now, here we are. Everyone who is paying attention agrees that we're on the brink of events that will completely change our country and our world. Our American culture is collapsing right before our eyes. Food is becoming increasingly scarce, and the supply chain of basic necessities is constantly threatened. Businesses are closing for many reasons, not the least of which is our government's unwillingness to prosecute crime. Violent acts are captured on video, and when the suspects are caught, they're immediately released. An entire generation is operating on the principle, "Nobody tells me what to do," as hatred prevails on the streets and on social media. Our country's voting system is corrupt. The media is corrupt. Our government, both parties, is utterly corrupt. Things look and feel hopeless. But listen, the current crisis is no more and no less of a spiritual crisis than the world has ever known. And the key to survival for you and for your family is to fight the good fight of faith. I'm not giving up on our country. At the same time, I have to recognize that it may be too late for me to hand a strong nation to my grandchildren. But if I can't hand them a strong nation, I've got to at least make sure that I hand them a strong faith, so that they're equipped to endure whatever lies ahead for them. Fight the good fight of faith. Be strong yourself. Keep your family strong. Keep your fellow believers strong. Keep your church strong. Bring lost people to Jesus Christ and impact your culture. Fight the good fight of faith. There are several aspects of your own faith that you've got to constantly work to keep strong. First and foremost, you've got to work every day to keep your personal relationship with Jesus Christ strong. Stay in love with Jesus every day. Worship Him. Sing to Him. Talk to Him. Everything else about your faith rests on the foundation of your relationship with Him. Keep it thriving. Another aspect of your own faith that you've got to constantly work to keep strong is your spiritual health, your prayer life, your ability to believe God, to take Him at His word, your attitude, your lifestyle of walking in the Spirit every day. It's also vital that you keep your obedience to the faith strong. Don't give yourself permission to give up on living for Jesus. Just because the world around you is rebelling against God, and many believers around you are drifting from the Lord, don't let yourself fall into that trap. If you're not living your faith, you don't have faith. It's vital that you stay strong in the doctrines of the faith. Know the Bible. Know what you believe and why you believe it. And it's vital that you stay strong in your commitment to the cause of Christ, leading people to Jesus, discipling new believers, strengthening your church. As you watch the world crumble around you, work to keep your faith thriving. If we can't hand our kids a strong nation, let's be sure we hand them a strong faith. Christian, it has never been more urgent for you to fight the good fight of faith. Stay the course.